This isn't about the latest gear. I'm not here to review something I just unboxed last week. These are items I've used for years and still rely on. Long-term carry. Stuff that stayed in my pocket, in my workflow, in my life. Because it works. I'm not really after perfection. I just like things that are well designed, functional, and don't ask for too much attention. If something fits my use case without quirks, I stick with it. There are newer versions out there, I'm sure. But until these items give out, I'll keep using them. I'm starting with the items I carry almost all the time. These are the absolute essentials. The things I never leave the house without. I used to always bring a bag with me, but these days, not so much. So whatever I bring has to matter. First up is my wallet. It's the Sacred Mini Wallet, the Prism Black version. I've had this one since 2019, but I was already using the mini wallet even before that. It's gone with me across different currencies, different countries, and different routines. In Singapore, I didn't carry much cash. In Vietnam or here in the Philippines, I carry a bit more. This wallet handled all of it. There was even a time I'd keep coins and my house keys in here. I don't do that anymore, but it worked when I needed it to. You'll see the wear. The aluminum has scratches, the leather has softened up, but everything still works. The outer snap, the clip that keeps it closed, still feels solid. I thought I would loosen up first, but it never did. Even the card mechanism still works perfectly. It's a really simple design, but it's one of those things that just feels well thought out. You press the lever, the cards pop out in a staggered stack. That's it. No drama, no complications, just something that works every time. I carry 5 cards in the main slot, and about 4 more in the outer leather flap. It's compact and small enough to live in my front pocket, even back when I wore tighter jeans. These days, with baggier fits, I barely notice it's there. There are probably other brands that do something similar, maybe even better on paper. But this one still works. It fits my routine, it fits my pocket. Next is my key organizer. It's the Orbit key in black Saffiano leather. I've been using this one since 2022. It's simple, secure, just works. I don't like keys jingling around in my pocket, and this pretty much solved that. The leather's held up better than I expected, considering it's been tossed into trays, bags, shelves, pockets. It's picked up some marks over time, but nothing that's ever been a problem. The setup's straightforward. Just slide your keys onto the post and tighten it with a coin. In 3 years of use, I've only had to retighten it maybe twice. But what I probably should highlight about the key organizer setup is this. Orbit Keys Multi-Tool B2. It's small, but I reach for it all the time. Opening packages, prying something loose, fixing tripod plates. It's my default butter opener too, the first tool I think about when I need one. At this point, I almost associate the key organizer with this tool more than the keys, which kind of says everything. And when I know I'll be out late or driving, I add one more thing to the setup. Something small, but surprisingly useful. It's called the Teeny 2 by Nightcore, a keychain flashlight. About the size of a USB stick, smaller than most house keys. You could lose it next to a phone, but it's 10 times brighter. The iPhone flashlight peaks at around 50 lumens, this one can hit 500. So yeah, not the brightest flashlight in the world, but for the size, it's kind of amazing. It even has a tiny display that shows your brightness level and remaining battery, which is surprisingly helpful when you're relying on it in a pinch. It saved me more than a few times digging around in the car or looking for something in a dark parking lot. It's clip-on using the Nightcore snap hook, made of titanium. Mostly, it just keeps everything in place. But when I need to hang the keys somewhere or clip them securely into a bag or loop, it's solid. The only caveat is with car key fobs. The opening are usually too small, so this hook can't clip directly into them. I probably need to figure out a workaround for that eventually. Next is my phone, and for the past few years, I've been using the iPhone 12 mini since 2021. It was my first iPhone after coming from a Samsung Galaxy phone. I switched back then, mostly to match systems with my wife. The 12 mini worked well for me. Small, one-hand friendly, reliable even with a few cracks, and it still kept getting the latest software updates. Battery was the only weak spot, but overall, it did its job and never gave me a reason to change. Until now. I recently moved back to Samsung with the Galaxy Fold 7. It has 2 screens, the outer display, and the bigger one when you unfold it. The biggest difference I noticed is just how much smoother it feels compared to the iPhone, thanks to the higher refresh rate. I'll share once more once I've lived with it longer, but the iPhone 12 mini held up for years, and that's why it still makes this list. Next up, my glasses. They're from Lindbergh's Now Titanium Collection, model 6544. I've had them since 2021. After using this, I never looked back. They're super lightweight, to the point where I sometimes forget I'm wearing them. The design's minimal too, nothing flashy, just clean, simple, and out of the way. At one point, I fully sat on them, crashed the lenses, and completely bent the frame out of shape. But somehow, the frame held up. I just bent it back and it still fits fine. I replaced the lenses with Zeiss ones, which have been super reliable so far. If these ever break for real, I'd get another pair from Lindbergh without thinking twice. That's it for the essentials. The next few items are part of my expanded carry, things I bring when I know I'll need them. We'll go through this a little faster. First, my AirPods Pro. I've had this since 2021. They're reliable, connect quickly, and the audio's decent. I mostly use them for running. I don't take a lot of calls outside, but they work fine when I do. I swapped the stock tips for Divinus Velvet tips, the same ones I use on my IEMs. They've been perfect with Apple devices, but now that I'm back on Samsung, I might have to replace them with something that fits better in this ecosystem. Next, my sunglasses. They're the Virgil model from Off-White. I've had them since 2022. Probably my loudest item. Big and clunky, not exactly functional, but they've grown on me. I wear them more as a statement piece now. Since they're semi-clear, I can even wear them indoors. But without prescription lenses, I can't drive with them. Then, my notebook, the Maruman 197 Namasign. I've tried a lot of notebooks, expensive and cheap, but this one's my go-to. Big enough to be useful, small enough to carry easily. I'm a note taker by habit, and I remember things better when they're on paper. I don't really put tasks here, more ideas, notes, brainstorming. Notion app still gets most of my general notes. For writing, I use a Sailor Tuzu fountain pen. It's not the smoothest writer I own, but ergonomically, it's perfect for me. I'm cross-dominant and write with my left hand. The adjustable grip makes it work. It's been my daily driver pen for a while now. The last one here, another wallet, is the Secret Card Slide, which I use to carry extra cards. I usually bring it for errands or chores. It can clip cash or receipts and even hold coins temporarily. It's not something I'd surely recommend, but I like Secret wallets enough that I wanted another one. And that's the list. I enjoyed making this, not just one-off impressions, but talking about things I've used for years. They're not perfect, but they work for what I need. I'm a bit of a nerd about this stuff. I like knowing the materials, the mechanics, but in the end, it's about having things you can rely on. For me, this list is exactly that. And in a world that's always pushing you to buy the next shiny thing, that's what long-term carry means to me.